The Patriots made possibly one of their best signings in NFL free agency in quite a while by adding the veteran wide receiver in Stefon Diggs. But I know a lot of you guys get a little bit scared about how much they offered him and what his contract looked like with the 3 years, $69 million. But per over the cap, it looks like there's about $73.5 million left for the Patriots to possibly work with. So could they sign another player after Stefon Diggs? We're going to break down some of that salary cap and get a little bit more into what Stefon Diggs' contract looks like for New England moving forward. But first, we are growing every single day. We currently have 24,500 loyal subscribers here on this channel. Help us reach 25K. Huge milestone here. If you guys haven't already, go on ahead, hit that sub button. You can click unsubscribe next week if you guys want, but you need to know what's going on with the Patriots right now. I've read your comments. I've read your tweets. Allie, do you think we overpaid for Stefon Diggs? And I told you my reasoning. Yes, I do think you overpaid, but you needed to. Why? Because you had nothing at wide receiver except for Pop Douglas. You needed to give Drake Maye a 1,000-yard receiver, which we really haven't seen one since 2019 and Julian Edelman. So I'm okay with overpaying for Stefon Diggs. And per Spotrac, it looks like we were about, really over his $13.7 million projection, which is what he was supposed to have in a contract this year. So obviously, with what Spotrac just showed us, yes, the answer is yes. We overpaid as a franchise for Stefon Diggs. But then another report came out about a very big asterisk next to Stefon Diggs' contract that I think makes it really worthwhile. Jordan Schultz came out and said, my feeling was he'd get something similar to what Cooper Kupp got from Seattle. 3 years, $45 million max. New England made the move, and they have an out after the first year if things don't go well. But I like Diggs for him. The Patriots have an out after this year to cut him, to waive him, to send him somewhere else if his attitude becomes a problem, if he does not produce, if he cannot stay healthy. That is why I think this deal just got 10 times better. It's because you may say we really overpaid for Stefon Diggs, but, I hope he could put up like 1,200 yards. Well, if he doesn't, guess what? Set him free. That is what makes this deal so great. Elliott Wolf and Mike Vrabel knew that Stefon Diggs had some issues in Buffalo. And they knew that he is 31 years old coming off a very tough ACL injury. That's why they are going to try him out this year. And if he does not produce the way that possibly somebody like Randy Moss produced for us when we took a risk for him, then they can move on. Because they're not trying to get the Stefon Diggs that they had last season because of that injury, only 500 yards. 47 receptions. The guy that the Patriots are signing for 3 years, $69 million, is 2023 and in the past years. The 100-yard reception leader. That is who they are signing. And if Stefon Diggs cannot produce those numbers, and if he's just washed or he can't come back healthier, then the deal is done. But if he could produce 100 receptions, which I 110% think if he's fully healthy, and he gives us 16, 17 games this upcoming year, he will easily have 100 receptions. And he could easily have 1,000 yards as well. I believe that's still in there with Stefon Diggs, considering this was also his first major injury in his career. He helped Josh Allen become 11% better in his completion percentage. He helped Josh Allen become a better quarterback, and that is why I think if they can get the best possible version of 31-year-old Stefon Diggs, this deal will work out. But I also like how Mike Vrabel and Elliott Wolf are looking out for their future selves. And they're putting Stefon Diggs this year on a prove-it contract. And I personally think that Stefon Diggs needs to be on a prove-it contract. I've seen a bunch of rumors out there that, Allie, he's still pissed off at the Bills. Fine by me. Puts more fire under his butt for the New England Patriots. So I like that he has to realize that this is probably the most he will get paid. He got overpaid this year as a 31-year-old receiver. So if this year he decides to have an attitude or maybe not try his hardest, which really doesn't seem like him, then he knows if he goes out there and he gets cut by the Patriots, he will never receive another deal the same way that he just received one from New England. So he's got a lot to prove for the Patriots this upcoming year as well. And the good news is that Adam Schefter tweeted this out about 30 minutes after the Patriots signed Stefon Diggs, is that we're thinking we may not even see him until maybe week 6 because he's still progressing from that ACL injury. But then Adam Schefter came out here and said he is on track to return for week 1 of the upcoming season. That was another reason why the Patriots felt comfortable giving Diggs the 3 years, so that in 2025, 2026, 2027, you can still get the progressively healthier version of Diggs. In the best case scenario, he continues to get healthier. He continues to put up 100 receptions, 1,000 yards. That is why the Patriots overpaid for him, because they're going to give him this guaranteed money, and then if he doesn't prove it, what the Patriots need, or if he can't stay healthy, which is also a very real reality for a guy his age coming off an ACL injury, then there's no harm done. You tried to bring in a guy like Diggs. It didn't work out. You cut him loose next year, and we keep going back to the wide receiver 1 route. But if it does work out, this deal is fantastic. So I just want to give a quick thank you to Mike Vrabel. I have no doubt in my mind that Mike Vrabel made this happen. Go check out Stefon Diggs' Instagram story. It's a picture of Mike Vrabel wearing his Patriots uniform. I think this was a Mike Vrabel move because this would not have happened last year. It did not happen last year. So give Mike Vrabel some thanks. Type MV in the comment section because I believe he's making moves in the locker room for the Patriots. And the contracts so far this year, which I do think I know Vrabel has had a say in them, have been actually very good so far. I know the Patriots had a hellacious amount of money to spend, so I don't want to hear people saying we overpaid for him. Duh. We have so much money that you can overpay for people and go out and get a guy like Stefon Diggs. But the cap hits really haven't been that hard either. We knew that we needed to upgrade the offensive line, so they went and signed a older, 34 years old, right tackle. But the Patriots needed an offensive lineman through and through from left to right. So when you sign a guy like Morgan Moses, it's only a $4.5 million cap hit on the Patriots. So this ends up being a very good signing. Not to mention, kind of same thing. You sign him for 1 year, 2025, 2026. He can be cut after the 2026 year if maybe you're like, wow, he's actually getting up there with age. So they always have an out. Same thing, you're at Bradbury. He's obviously going to come in and try and refill the shoes of David Andrews, but for a less than $5 million player, it makes a lot of sense. Mac Hollins, he becomes even cheaper as a very good option for a depth piece in our wide receiver room. Not to mention a really good locker room guy. Mac Hollins cap hit, $3.7 million. When that's a drop in the bucket for the Patriots, who had over $130 million to spend in free agency. Same thing with Josh Dobbs, not really knowing if Milton will still be our backup or if there is now trade value out there. They're still kind of up in the air, but they wanted to make sure that they were solidified. If they decided to trade Milton or keep him, well, now you've got a veteran in Josh Dobbs for less than $3 million cap hit, and he can be cut after the 2025 year if you decide to keep Milton this year or maybe give him more highlight reels to possibly grow his draft stock and trade him later on. So the cap hits really haven't been too terrible for players like this. Obviously, they get a little bit higher with guys like Harold Landry and Milton Williams, but they needed to because those are your future. These guys right here, these are depth pieces, and it really didn't matter to the Patriots' salary cap at all. So going ahead and grade the Patriots' free agency so far. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm giving it an A. I don't have any reason to not give it an A. We've signed 7 defensive players, including Milton Williams, Harold Landry, Robert Spillane. Then you went out and you took care of center and right tackle. Still waiting on that left side, but you also signed Stefon Diggs, which was huge. So grade the Patriots free agency so far in the comments section down below. They could have one more move to make, but I want to tell you guys about this move. It is a great deal on not just one, but 2 t-shirts combined. $35. You guys can get this great t-shirt combo, $25 off, and free shipping if you use my link, chatsports.com/Patriots combo. I found this link just for you guys. I think this deal is really, really great. I am a t-shirt hoarder. I mean, I have 2 drawers full of t-shirts. I can't get enough of them. I know you guys feel the same way. Wear them to work out, wear them to the bar. Probably don't wear it on date night or I don't know, your relationship. So if you guys want this deal, $30 for these 2 t-shirts, chatsports.com/Patriots combo, or click the link. I will put it in the comment section under this video. Click it. It'll take you right there. Buy whatever suits you, but I do think this would look really, really good. So back to the beginning of this video, the Patriots do still have, per over the cap, about $73 million in cap space, so they can absolutely continue to make moves. I would actually like to possibly see a couple more moves here in free agency, not just Stefon Diggs. But I was listening to Zolak a little bit earlier here on 98.5, and I did find out that it looks like, per some sources over at 98.5, that there are some rumors that they could still be interested in Tyler Lockett, as he has been heavily rumored around the Patriots. And we knew that they were interested in Tyler Lockett before Stefon Diggs, but obviously Diggs is a better player than Lockett is. So I could actually see the Patriots maybe picking up another veteran wide receiver. I don't know if that would be my move. I would rather make my next receiver move either a trade for a guy in his 20s or go to the NFL draft. But I'm also not going to say no to a Tyler Lockett in our depth chart, because I think that just you can't go wrong here. There are no bad signings for the Patriots at the wide receiver position except for Deontay Johnson. And I'll tell you what, if they sign Diggs and they go out and they sign Tyler Lockett, I'm here for the aggression. I am here for them trying everything they possibly can to give Drake Maye success on the offensive side of the football, because they're clearly doing that with the defense. So I have no problem with signing Tyler Lockett, but I'm also not going to be heartbroken if it doesn't happen because I got Diggs. No Diggs, then yeah, I'd probably want somebody like Tyler Lockett. So I do hope that if they try to sign another veteran, that's fine. I hope it's not a deal like a Stefon Diggs. I think that was too much of an overpay. I wouldn't do that for Lockett either. But I do hope that Mike Vrabel and Elliott Wolf, they take the aggression they've had in free agency and they put it directly into the NFL draft. Because whether you're going to trade down, whether you're going to try to get Travis Hunter at number 4 or maybe pick up an offensive tackle, I want them to be extremely aggressive with their picks. Not just taking, N'Keal Harry, of all people, or trading up for Chad Ryland. I want them to be this strategic heading into April. That is my last wish for the Patriots. So I'll ask you guys this. Do you want Tyler Lockett? Do you think we need Tyler Lockett with Stefon Diggs? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, if you guys haven't already, go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. Help us get to 25,000 loyal subscribers right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports.